Hey guys, and welcome back to Minecraft Tornado Survival, the regular series, not the remastered series. This is Minecraft Tornado Survival Season 11, and you might be wondering why I'm making a new Season 11 world when I already have one. And some of you may have seen the Season 11 Episode 1 video that I already made, and I'll explain to you in a moment what's going on. But for now, I'm going to create the world and hop right in. Let's just wait for this to load. Alrighty. Now we are in the world. Oh. Good thing I didn't go any further. I might lose a few health points getting down from here. Spawned on top of a tree, not the best place to spawn. But we got down just fine. Okay, so I'm gonna explain to you guys what is going on right now. So basically, I ran some tests in the other world, or not in the other world specifically, but I ran some tests like in this version. Technically it was a slightly different version than I'm playing right now, and I'll explain that in a moment. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is I ran some tests and I realized that storms were not forming for whatever reason. Like, I don't know why, they just weren't forming. And I was trying to get storms to start forming naturally, because, like, what's the point of Minecraft Tornado Survival if storms are not going to form naturally? Like, that's literally the whole point of this series, is for storms to form naturally and for us to try to survive them. But anyway, so they weren't forming naturally, and that's kind of that's why we didn't see any storms on the first episode of the season. Well, this is going to be the new first episode. I'm going to delete the other first episode, because I'm no longer going to be playing in that world. But yeah, that's why we saw like no storms in that video, if any of you did see it. And because nothing really interesting happened, I don't feel bad taking that video down. It deserves to be taken down because it was pretty boring. You guys know that on this channel, usually there's something on the first episode. Maybe not a tornado, but oftentimes there is actually, but sometimes but usually there's at least a storm. So I was kind of concerned about the fact that there were no storms happening. So basically what I did was I kind of played around with the settings more, and I even installed a different version of Forge. It's still 1.20.1, as you can see the top left-hand corner of the screen. But it's a slightly different Forge version. So I don't know if it was the settings or if it was switching Forge versions that fixed the problem. But I got the problem fixed, and now storms are forming again. Or at least should be. I think I'm gonna keep recording this episode until a storm forms. videos, like just to be sure that things are working out. And if this episode becomes too long without anything happening, then this video may not even go out. Because I'll be right back to the drawing board as to what to do. But yeah. So yeah, I think I'm gonna try to play in this version for at least a little while. Because even though, like, we have less items, it's like, even though the Weather 2 Remastered mod, like, had a lot that came with it, like, the Localized Weather mod doesn't have as much, the Weather 2 Remastered mod is much glitchier. And I'm not surprised that it is, because there's so much with it. But I don't know, I'm getting, like, tired of all the glitches with that mod. And also, like, as you've been noticing, there just hasn't been a lot of action. And I don't know if it's, like, my settings, or if it has something to do with the locations that I'm settling, or if it's just glitchiness, but yeah, I don't really know what's going on. There's definitely glitches with the tornadoes, though, because, like, as you saw in the last Weather 2 Remastered episode that I made, I tried to chase a tornado and it, like, suddenly disappeared. So I'm definitely experiencing glitches with the mod. And, I don't know, I'm just getting tired of it. And, like, yes, even though the normal localized weather mod is more limited, especially in the later versions, I prefer, I kind of prefer to, like, play with a mod that's more limited but isn't as glitchy. Now, does that mean I'm not going to record anymore for the Weather 2 Remastered series? No, I still might go back to it at some point. It might be a good mod for storm chasing. I don't know if this mod, like, I don't know if this mod's gonna be good for storm chasing, because we don't have access to a weather forecast, so we don't know where the storms are forming, where to go, and, like, whatever map we might be in. I mean, I think I could still make it work. If you guys want, I could try to do a storm chasing video in this version and see how well it works. But it's just going to be a lot harder to tell where the storms are at if we don't have access to a weather forecast. And we're not going to have access to a weather forecast if we do storm chasing in this version, because the forecasts currently don't work. Like, the weather forecast block currently doesn't work for this version. So hopefully they can get it to work in later versions if they do continue updating the mod. But yeah, for now we're just gonna have to play without it. So, yeah. And right now I do not have Optifine. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna get it or not. I mean, right now there doesn't seem to be, at least on my end, there isn't much lag without Optifine, so everything seems to be going fine. But if I encounter problems later on, then I might install it. But I think Mojang made Minecraft, like, less laggy, like, in the later versions. Like, they kind of changed things to make it less laggy. I don't know. I don't know what I'm even trying to say. And then I think the localized weather creators did the same. I just... Did I get a lag spike, or was that just me pressing against the blocks? I don't know. Yeah, guys, I'm not used to having to jump up blocks in the later versions, because, like, in 1.12.2, in versions like 1.12.2, I didn't have to jump up blocks. And then for some reason I have to again. I don't know. I don't know why. I mean, it's not a huge deal, but it definitely takes a toll on my hunger and thirst. Speaking of thirst, I need to get some sand. I need to get some sand so I can make water bottles. I don't know, should I go down there or should I stay up here? I'm debating. I'm really debating. I mean, it's becoming night, so I think I'm gonna settle up here for now. Thankfully we have a bed. Honestly, I like how things are going in this world much better than in the previous world. Because, like, in the previous world, we didn't even have a bed on the first night. Like, things... We were, like, traversing through some pretty difficult terrain. So, yeah, it wasn't... Things weren't super favorable that episode. And look at that, it's starting to rain. Don't know if it's a shower or a thunderstorm. I hope it's a thunderstorm, honestly, because I want reassurance that the storms are working. Haven't heard thunder though, so I think it might just be a shower. Yeah, it might just be a shower. That's unfortunate. Well, hopefully we get a storm. I'll try to, like, record until we get a storm. But I'm not going to record past the third day. Like, I'll only record up to 3 days. Because beyond 3 days, we're going to be pushing over the half-an-hour mark. And usually my videos are quite a bit shorter than that. Usually I stay close to the 20-minute mark, but I'm willing to approach the 30-minute mark for this video, just to see if the storms are working. But I don't want to go beyond that, because that's approaching 1 hour special territory, and this is not a 1 hour special. So, yeah. I'm gonna make a stone pick right now so I can get the iron. And then as for the storm spawn rate, I have to remember, like, the time ticks. Like, the value for the time ticks. For the time between ticks or whatever. That correspond to, like, which amount of days. Like, I think a day in Minecraft is 24,000 ticks. And then I put the storm spawn rate at 18,000 ticks. And that's like the minimum amount of time between storms, I think. So, storms should be spawning roughly every 3/4 of a day to a day, basically. Or, accounting for sleeping time, there might be like a couple days between storms. So that's why I'm recording like through the 3rd day. Unless a storm forms before then. But my plan is to record through the 3rd day to see if anything happens. I don't know if rain showers count as a storm forming with this mod. I'm not sure if they do. They might be independent, I'm not sure. Oops. Can I still... Yeah, I accidentally stripped that. I did not mean to strip that. Okay. I don't know. I kind of want to live near a village. I don't know, like, where I want to live. I don't know if I want to, like, live in this area or go somewhere else. This isn't a bad area. Like, I wouldn't mind living here. Like, in the last world, I did not want to live in the area that we spawned in. Like, I didn't like that area. But I think I could make this work. But I also kind of want to live near a village, and I haven't seen any signs of a village. So, I don't know. Alrighty. Dang, we have a lot of coal. And the nice thing is we only need like one piece of coal to smelt all of this. And then we can smelt some mutton. There we go. And yeah, guys, as I said before, you might hear talking in the background because the room I'm in is not very soundproof. So I'm glitching a little bit. Okay. Yeah, sometimes my character moves without me pressing any buttons, and it's an annoying glitch that happens sometimes, but it doesn't happen like a lot, but it happens sometimes. Okay. So we've got dirty water right now. Oh, I forgot. One coal only smells up to 8 things. So this will make the water go from dirty to acceptable. Oh, I forgot I could actually stack these. Okay, I'm seeing diagonal rain now. Oh, there we go. Look at that. We got our first storm. So, it's reassurance that storm spawning works. And we may need to move because this is making a beeline towards us. If it starts hailing, I'm gonna pack up and move. But look at that, guys. It's our first storm. So, it's confirmed. The storm spawning works. So once the storm does its thing, I'll end the episode, because I know the episode's getting a little lengthy at this point. I'm not seeing any hail yet, so I don't know if this is still strengthening or not. It's okay if it doesn't become a tornado. All I was looking for was the storm. Okay. We've got hail now. So, I don't feel comfortable being this close to the storm, so we're gonna move a little further away. The other boat. Make a boat. Always afraid it's gonna like form all of a sudden. Let's sleep real quick, and then we'll leave. Hello? Can I sleep? Will you let me sleep? What if we go into the mountains? Then we might get a good view of this storm. Let's go into the mountains. Although in the ocean, it'll be easier to dodge the storm. But I want a good view of it, though. So let's go up into the mountains. And sometimes if a tornado doesn't form, like a funnel cloud will at least form. The problem is there's no way to tell if the storm is like weakening. Oh, look at that. We've got a funnel cloud. Is it going to touch down? If it bounces back up, then that means that it's not going to become a tornado. Oh, it's almost to the ground. Almost to the ground. That's a touchdown. That's... Wait, is it? Is that a touchdown? That's a touchdown. That's on the ground. Yes, that is on the ground. And look at that, guys. We've got our first tornado of the season. You know what? I'm going to be mean and leave this on a cliffhanger. So I'm actually going to end it here. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And oh yeah, also a couple more remarks before I end off the episode. So I'm going to delete the other video. So just in case people don't see that video, the suction rule is going to be retired, which means that tornadoes actually have to kill us in order for the season to end. And that's because I did some tests on the tornadoes, and I think they've updated the tornadoes. So now you can get fall damage from tornadoes. Once you escape them. Like, you can actually press the arrow keys to try to escape a tornado. And then what'll often happen is you'll like fall out and hit the ground hard, and yeah, you can die from the fall damage now. So yeah, but in the 1.18 version of the mod, you'd get like feather falling or something like that, and it would prevent you from dying. So yeah, anyway, the point is now tornadoes are deadly, like they were in 1.8.9 and earlier. So, so yeah, now the suction rule can be retired, which means we actually have to die in order for the season to end. But we still very much don't want to get picked up by a tornado, because once a tornado picks us up, we're probably dead. Um, and then there was something else I was gonna say, but I forgot. Yeah, it'll probably come to me. If I remember, I will tell you in the next episode. Oh yeah, so in the 1.18 version, another issue was that tornadoes that already passed us would turn back around and come towards us. Um, like when I left the world, like when I'd leave the world and come back for the next video. So that's why I had to kill storms at the end of every episode. So for now, I'm not going to do that. We're going to see if we need to do that. I've done like some testing on that, and it doesn't look like we need to kill storms in between episodes. It looks like when I leave the world and come back, tornadoes actually hurt a little bit, but they won't like completely turn around and come back towards me like they did in the 1.18 version. So we're going to kind of use like a wait and see policy for that. So we'll give it a few episodes and killing storms at the end of every episode, then we'll stop doing that. Start doing it again. But for now, I'm going to leave this tornado alive, and this will be next episode's problem. So, anyway, that's all I wanted to tell you guys. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and goodbye for now.